Podcast.
It's the Hoe Rogan Podcast.
Kristen and Allie by day, Hoe Rogan by night.
Hey ho.
Hey ho. Twin ho.
Twin ho. I can't believe I consciously was like, I wear black all the time. People are going to think I never change my clothes, so I'm going to go blue.
And in my head, I went, Allie's definitely going to wear black, so I'm going to wear the polar opposite color. And we show up in the
We're literally twins. It's hilarious because it's the exact same color.
And it's also
the same cut.
Yeah,
everything.
it's like a casual, but it's also a color you don't see often.
No, that's such a weirard, I think, but you know what's funny? It's like almost the color of both of our eyes. I think that's probably why we both I was like, maybe this will make my eyes pop a little bit.
Well, I think I'm morphing into you because I'm going like more blonde.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And then I'm going.
Oh, and I'm trying to do the thing because you always have your hair in front of the.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that doesn't look great though.
Those are too tug
short.
one. Looks like a goat, the Billy Goat.
Yeah, it really does.
That's horrible of me to say. When my hair looks like the
probably should have checked
straw
the other one.
that the Billy Goat eats.
I love that.
No, oh God.
Like thick straw hair.
It is straw.
Like a horse's tail, as your mom used to say.
Yeah, horse's mane.
Mane, that's
mane.
it.
But
tail worse too.
this is so straw-like that I feel like the Dems would want to get rid of it because we can't have straws anymore. It's really stupid.
I was going for like
I know
a
you're thinking
scarecrow
hay
thing.
straw.
I was like, are we
it's
against?
confusing.
I know.
Yeah.
Straws. No, that works. You just need like an image to go with it. If we clip
Yeah,
that, we're
yeah,
just
yeah.
gonna have to pick a picture of a straw so people know what we're talking about. All right, let's get to the hoedown. We have Ellen and Portia going back to Trump's America after saying they were fleeing the country for England. There was a Miss Universe debacle. Trump called Walz, Kamala's former running mate, the R word, and kind of doubles down on it.
And then also the piggy.
Oh, yeah. The piggy. Yeah, he's going all out with these viral moments. Zac Efron keeps getting plastic surgery and denying it. Olivia Nuzzi, I'm not quite sure how you say that, wrote a book about her affair with RFK Jr. Her ex-boyfriend wrote a Substack. There's a whole lot going on there. We're going to talk a little bit about it. Trump halts immigration, or says he's going to halt immigration from third world countries. There's a great video of someone wearing an ICE is KKK shirt that really goes a way you wouldn't expect it to. And the Department of Energy gave $93 billion to people with no business plan in the last 6 months of Biden's term. Crazy. Let's start with the Ellen and Portia thing.
I would really just actually at this point rather go to an actual hoedown.
Yeah, honestly.
We need a break.
What kind of country music did it play?
I don't know. Is it line dancing?
I'm not sure what a hoedown is.
I don't either. I have no idea.
I picture like line dancing and straw, like your hair, like just barrels of straw and donkeys and hay rides.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome, actually.
Yeah. Everyone says hoedown. I think the official definition now is us.
Yeah. We're the hoedown.
People will be like, oh, the hoedown, that's the thing that those girls on the Hoe podcast do.
Yep.
They do the hoedown. That's what it is. That's in the dictionary.
We have, I always forget that word when you take someone else's culture.
Oh, appropriate.
We appropriated the word hoedown.
Yeah.
Thank you. There's at least one time on this podcast that we can't think of a word that someone has to.
You're allowed to appropriate white culture. Like hoedown is white culture.
That's a good
so
point.
It's totally fine.
But we are white, so we're probably not allowed to.
Right.
White people aren't allowed to do anything.
No, I don't even think the word appropriate is appropriate
Probably.
for when white people are being copied. Like the word almost seems like it would be too special to allow white people to be subjected to it.
Oh, I see. So it has to be more like just stealing. White people are just stealing that culture. Like
yes,
we're not. It has to be something way more evil.
Right. Like appropriate almost sounds like there's more
Too
intelligence.
Nice. Yeah, and thought behind it,
right.
as opposed to just evil people like mine.
Land grabbing, like colonizing, stealing. Yeah.
I want it all. All right, well, these are two white people, but they play the victim card constantly and get away with it, even though they're the most privileged in the entire world. I mean, hundreds of millions of dollars, but they're being victimized by Trump's America. So they fled to England and are now coming back after 2 months. So they basically vacationed in England,
right?
Is what happened. They took a really nice summer and flipped a house and are coming right back. And they're basically like, it's the weather.
That's exactly what ChatGPT said.
Move to Mexico then. There's plenty of places to go that are not Trump's America. Don't grandstand and then come back as if, that's a valid reason.
Right. Well, ChatGPT also told me it was also because they wanted to be around familiar people, which I believe is actually kind of a racist thing. Like, you can't be around non-friends of yours.
Non-famous people is what they're like, ew, gross, no one's famous here. Right. This is disgusting.
Right.
Who are these pores?
Right. Look at their teeth.
And they're all white. We thought we'd be fine, but still.
It's funny because England is becoming so populated with Muslims and the Islam culture. And
not where they're
Ellen
living,
and Portia just happen to be leaving now when rapes are at an all-time high and Europe or England is jailing people
for free speech
at record levels that we've never seen before. 12,000 arrests, a month or something wild.
And they would never dare criticize that. They'll criticize Trump left and right, but they're not going to criticize the rape culture of the country they just fled to.
No, it's wild. What we're living in is a movie, but it's not cool. I've always said, I want to live in a movie. I want life to feel like a movie.
Oh, yeah.
And it's I said movie, not horror film.
Right. We're living in a true
psychological
crime documentary where everyone around us is just raping and pillaging.
Yeah.
And the people complaining about it are going to jail.
Yeah. I meant La La Land movie.
Yeah.
Music just happens to start playing.
Yep.
Sunsets are just perfect at the exact right moment.
And actually,
Ryan Gosling loves me.
100%. And that is their life in America. That's what they fled. And they're like, ooh, we're coming back to that.
Right.
That was actually pretty nice.
Right.
We did our grandstanding. Hopefully people won't notice that we're creeping back in on our knees after making this big statement. Same with Rosie O'Donnell, just made a statement that her autistic daughter is furious that Trump made them move to Ireland. It's who told you
Trump
made you move to Ireland? Your mom is clearly telling you that because it's your mom who made you move to Ireland.
Right.
She's crazy. She was like, all my rights are being taken away. Name one right that you have lost under Trump.
She just said something about Trump being I don't know if it was something like a big fat pig or something, something that he would have called her, or she called him back. And it's Rosie, the reason you can call your president pieces of trash and names is because of your president.
Yes, exactly.
And he can call you names because of him being president as well.
And this started way before he was president. They had a beef way before that. And so, if you're going to be, and also, I think she was like Ellen. Wasn't she the super sweet, person who was the face of her talk show and then behind the scenes was a nightmare to people?
Yeah, so Rosie originally had never stated explicitly that she was gay. She had this whole thing on her talk show. I used to watch her talk show, I think, in high school.
Yeah, right. She pretended she was in love with Tom Cruise. Yeah.
She had an obsession with how hot Tom was.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, the only Tom that she would find hot would, well, maybe not politically, would be Tommy Loren.
Yes,
the
exactly. The politics. That would be a good hate.
Hate sex.
That would be massively hot for her.
Political lesbian hate sex.
Yes, exactly. And those are the two most extreme that you're going to find.
As soon as you said Ellen and Portia, there was no way we weren't going to get to that line.
Yes, exactly.
Rage, lesbian, political hate sex. But it's the same thing again and again. And I'm victimizing myself here. I'm blaming them because it's the same issue every time. If you would just be honest and say, hey, we grandstood. We were grandstanding. Things don't look so bad back over there.
It's actually the best we're going to get.
It's the best we're going to get. And we're going to call it out. Do we still hate Trump? Absolutely. Do we look like fools? Of course.
Yeah.
Are we assholes? 1,000 billion %.
Yes.
But we're back. Again, that
so much more
would have respect.
Yep. But no, they're going to, of course, just be like, I still hate everything going on. We still are scared for our lives here, but we're just going to deal with it because of the weather.
The weather.
It's worth it. So we're gonna shake every night being like, Trump's about to take away all our rights, but it's sunny.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
The sun, I would prefer them if they wanted to be near it, would be on the actual sun. Yeah. Why don't you just go on it? Yeah. Just go. away.
Basically,
Melt.
off yourselves.
Yes. Basically. It's not a bad way to go out. You'll be really, really tan.
And flying too close to the sun, that's a thing that people... What is that?
People say that.
Yeah, exactly.
Know.
Yeah. There's like a myth of a guy who flew too close to the sun so they could just go down in history as that.
Yeah. I'm at risk of it every day with how high I achieve and how far I push myself, like to make it here 30 minutes late. Like I pushed myself beyond the limits and flew a little close to the sun.
But we made it. Let's talk about the Miss Universe debacle, which it's confusing. Everyone is stepping down. And I don't really...
Well, and it's funny because one of the contestants actually literally stepped down when she fell off the stage. Like
That's
she's
crazy.
Like, you know what? I'm taking the biggest step down right now, and I'm going to just land directly on my face and ruin why I'm here, which is my face. I think she's actually really injured or something.
I saw that she had minor injuries.
Oh, okay, good.
And so maybe not. I mean, she fell fully off the stage, right? Like that's a high stage. Yeah. You're in heels on top of that.
And you're of course walking like the catwalk.
Is there a reason that happened, or is that just her? Like, are they going to be at fault? Are they getting sued? Is there going to be
That's a really good question.
Because that is very strange to have that happen.
Yeah.
That stage should be huge, would think.
Right. Well, it was one of those like skinny, I think one of the skinny parts where you will walk forward, but then she turned back. And I don't know if when she turned back to walk the other direction, if she
got off a little bit.
It was the stage main part was closer to where she was, maybe. I don't know.
Because there's a video of a singer, I can't remember who it is. It's pretty famous, but she's like dancing on the stage, and I guess there's a part where a hole develops in the stage because it had like put her up, and she just like runs and falls. But then she just pops up and like keeps singing. It's
That's
hilarious.
incredible.
Yeah, it's great. And she's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
So I was thinking it was something like that, maybe, that there was like a hole that like a sinkhole that came onto the stage.
No, she just went straight off the stage.
Wow. Miss Jamaica, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
It's smart because now I know who she was. I wouldn't talk about her otherwise.
No, that's exactly what I thought the first time I saw it.
Yeah.
It was like no one would know you.
Take a nosedive.
Go for it.
Your name's going to be in lights.
You can do what's his name? Zac Efron does. Just injury, head surgery.
All of a sudden, you know what? Yeah, you wanted that nose job. You couldn't get it without being like, I fell off the stage. They had to rebuild my nose.
It's a great excuse.
The Zac Efron injury thing is so funny, and I just keep seeing pictures where he looks totally different and talks about injuries that he had like 10, 15 years ago that he's now fixing. It's like,
how come we couldn't see them then?
Right. That was like his jaw thing. He was like, I fell off a bike 15 years ago.
So I had to make my jaw 80 inches wider. Like, it looks like Buzz Lightyear's shape.
And he was a gorgeous guy. If he aged naturally, he'd be like a Brad Pitt type in his old age. Like, he's going to become Mickey Rourke.
Well, to be honest, he is. But to be honest with you, the first time that I saw his surgery, the original one.
Jaw, the original massive.
I thought he looked hotter.
Really?
I think he was a little, to me, for my taste, a little bit on the effeminate side, a little too pretty.
Oh, that's so funny. And that gave him the mask. I love
gave him a little edge.
That male plastic surgery toughened him up for you.
I'm like, that wide jaw, that'll really get some stuff done. Yeah. I don't know. But now, it's morphed into freakish. But it was freakish to begin with. But I will say, if he wasn't a celebrity and I'd never seen him before, I wouldn't have known that was fake. I thought it looked kind of real.
That's kind of a good point.
Wow, this guy must do chin sit-ups like 24 hours a day.
Yeah, like
or just like suck a lot of dick.
Yeah, which could
to
be
build that
I think
much
he
muscle.
also did the lip thing. I think his lips are juicier too, and so I think it does. It has like he has that
BJ lips.
Yes, he has the BJ lips,
and then the cunnilingus chin. I'm never usually dirty. I think I'm just reaching right now.
The hate sex start got you going.
Yeah,
it's just how can that not get you hot? Thinking of Tommy Lahren and Rosie O'Donnell.
So I had to get my water. Woo, cool down.
You're kind of right though that the issue is less what he's doing and more the excuses and not admitting to it, because that's like an old-fashioned thing where it was like, I had a deviated septum, and now celebrities are a lot more like, I got plastic surgery, like the Kardashians, or some people might say they don't want to talk about it, but we have eyes.
I do believe Bella Hadid
Oh, yeah.
still won't admit she's had any work done.
There are some that definitely won't, which is so funny when you see pictures of like youth to today, and it's like we see you metamorphosizing into what you are now, and it's not natural.
Right. Again, it's like they don't seem to understand the concept of video and pictures.
Yes.
Like if we lived in 1700 before the camera and it was just paintings, be like, oh, that painter was terrible.
Yeah.
If they had plastic surgery back then too. It was like, oh, Queen Elizabeth, she was awful looking.
Yep.
Suddenly she's gorgeous. It's like, well, I just hired a shitty painter.
Exactly. That's one way. That's the filters of the past.
Right. Yes.
Totally.
Yeah. I would, you know what? If someone did a bad picture of me, looks very important, obviously, I'd have them off. Off with your head.
Obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I do with any filtering app. I send it to the guillotine.
Yeah, erase it.
Yeah.
You're like, you're gone. I've got the next app in line.
Yeah.
I think, though, the weird thing about the plastic surgery is that people used to care. Like the Kardashians, basically, there's all those memes like, oh, I'm not ugly, I'm just poor, where they show like Kylie before and after. Like, no one cares anymore. We know Khloe Kardashian used to be hideous, and now she's one of the hottest ones there, and all of that's plastic surgery, and she still has all the endorsements, gets all the money. Like, no one cares. Lindsay Lohan, same thing. We're like, hey, it's all fake, but we love it. We'll take it. So you don't have to lie anymore. I think before people were like, oh, they want a natural beauty. And now people are like, we want a man-made beauty. We don't care.
Yeah. Years ago when Kylie was just starting to appear with the lips and things like that. I think like she's been around now 8 or 9 years.
Yeah. And she started when she was like 14 or 15, I think, getting plastic surgery.
Yeah. But at the time, it seemed so crazy. And I remember thinking, like, her face is basically like lying on a math test and saying you got an A+ or something. Or
you're like, you have a C face, a C- face, and you made it an A+.
Yes.
Like you got extra tutoring. Yeah.
Her face is cheating on the test.
Yes.
And before the test being cheated on, you would fail. You would get kicked out of class, or, you'd go to the principal's office or whatever. And now it's rewarded. It's almost like, here, teacher, everything here is fake. None of it was my work.
But it's all perfect.
It's all. And I do think that brings up a whole other thing that could be a rabbit hole discussion, which would also be a boring discussion with me at least. But teachers and having to decipher AI from kids' work, that sounds horrible.
Well, kids are smart because kids are running it through like 5 different AI filters so that it becomes clearly not AI. It's amazing.
Right.
I mean, if you're clever enough to do that as a kid, that's a talent in and of itself, I guess.
It's the same when if you rob a bank and get away with it, that's pretty cool. Like, you kind of deserve the money.
Absolutely. And it's all insured, so they say. I mean, there's certain crimes that just don't hurt anyone anymore.
Yeah, if you don't kill anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
And you get away with it, you're smart. But then why don't you apply that, and just make money? But that could be boring.
The criminal mind is really intelligent for the most part, but I think it's boring. And I think it is a lot harder to run a legitimate company as opposed to stealing money. If you can figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
And if you get an adrenaline rush from it, you're probably not going to get that from a legit company.
Yeah, definitely an adrenaline rush or a cultural thing. I know my dad's side of the family, I won't name names, but very smart criminals, small operation, but they were so creative. My grandma and her generation, and then her mother from Sicily, of course, so it's Italian, whatever. But I mean, they could have been building rockets at the level at which they could steal.
Oh, wow.
Creatively and cleverly, or find ways around systems or ways to.
Yep.
I can't even. Some of them my dad's explained to me several times, and I still can't grasp the concept. It's like an E = MC squared level kind of idea to me.
Oh, wow.
Like, wow, that is so brilliant.
I mean, that's like hackers today. I mean, the people who can hack into things illegally could easily work for like Tesla or for, any open AI company or whatever. But no, they'd rather probably hack.
I wish I was smart enough to be able to use my intelligence for bad.
I know. Exactly. You know what I mean? I'll take some of that criminal mind if it can net me anything.
Yeah. It's like I'm like just smart enough that I have to be in the good person kind of category because I'm not clever enough to figure out how to get away with being a bad person.
Well, that's kind of the funny thing because a lot of people who are that way think like, oh, if anyone else was as smart as I was, they would do this too. And it's like, no, because the Bill Gates, the Elon Musk, those guys are way smarter than you and they're choosing to be legit.
Yeah.
So it does take another element rather than just intelligence.
Yeah. I'm just going to tell you this since no one really watches the full show yet.
Yep.
Your hair is going out like this, and I know for each clip, like if you're going to be like, God damn it.
All right, let me go.
Clip,
full.
or just, there you go. Yeah. So I know when you watch, I'll be like, oh, shoot,
I was like, oh, man, I got the weird. Okay, there we go.
And I would be
Back
a bad friend not saying it. It doesn't look, you would look adorable regardless, but I knew if it was me.
I appreciate it.
I had a booger in my nose.
Popping out again. Yeah, exactly.
I'm comparing your hair to a booger, which is not.
We should normalize that. How weird is it when you're talking to someone and they have something like in their teeth and you don't know if you should say something or not? Do you? If you don't know them that well?
I have that on my questionnaire for the clients that I work with in date coaching.
Oh, interesting.
One of the questions, because I make over their profiles and I like to really get to know them, one of my questions is if someone had something in their nose, would you tell them?
Ooh, nose is even more awkward.
Yeah, and it tells me a lot about the client I'm going to be working with.
Yeah.
And like I think I got one answer once that was something like, only if I like them. Which I was like, okay, that's good. That's funny.
That actually tells you a lot about someone.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, he's funny and kind of a wise guy. And like, he kind of has that. And then some, absolutely not. Okay, so this person's going to be a little bit uptight.
Reserved, yeah.
So I think 99 times out of 100, you should just at least go like.
Yeah.
But if it's someone you don't know, like fully don't know, If it's someone you know, even
I
on
would
like,
still appreciate it, even if it's someone I don't know, as long as they said it nicely, or like, that's the other thing. If you're in front of a group, it's very different than like if you're just one-on-one. If you're in front of a group, like, exactly. Maybe not so much.
Yeah. What do you think about? Now we're getting into a little bit of my obsession, social etiquette. But what do you think about when people are talking, and then the person listening has to yawn? But they just do the nose flare instead.
Yeah.
And they just turn into like a rhinoceros for a second during the story. And then they go back. I would say 9 times out of 10, if that happens, which not often because I'm always telling amazing stories. But if it does happen, I'll say, just yawn. Honestly, it's okay. Like,
it's fine. I'm not going to be offended. Yeah.
You're like, no, I'm not yawning. I'm not yawning.
That is the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
I mean... Yeah, I would think that doesn't happen that often. But when it does, I think that the more polite thing is to try not to yawn, actually, on that person's part.
Oh, it is. But then it's the hiding.
You get like the
it's the authenticity thing. Just if you need to yawn, I'm fine with it. But also, I get the hint.
I know. Yeah, that's the other part of it. The funny thing is, lately, like, for comedy shows, especially if you do a late show, like someone will yawn in the crowd. And I never used to, I would just ignore it. But now I'll just point it out. And it's really funny. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm keeping you from sleep, or like whatever. Yeah. But I used to be nervous to even do that because I feel like I'd be like, all right, this is giving me a lot of confidence when someone yawns. I feel like they'd be like, then be funnier.
Right. Like, you're opening up
the problem is it's also 1 a.m.
Right. Yeah, you're opening up the
potential for heckling.
Yeah.
Yep. Anytime, there's so many comics that love doing that tell a joke that, sucks. And they're like, fuck you guys, that was funny. And I'm like, I would never do that because I'd be waiting for the crowd to be like, no, it wasn't. We would have laughed if it was funny. Yeah.
But there are some crowd, and I mean, I know, I'm not Nikki Glaser, but sometimes there are crowds that are a little bit uptight where you're like, I know this one does usually work.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
For sure.
That's why, I mean, it's not bad to bring it up occasionally, but there's some people that just do that 9 times throughout their show. Yeah. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah. Just don't bring it up.
Yeah.
Is the better option. Plus, if you don't bring it up, you almost play off like it wasn't even a joke.
Yeah.
Like if nobody laughs and you just keep talking, there's that beat where you can feel the laugh isn't going to come. So just keep talking and you're like, and now we're just in a peak and valley situation where we're working our way up to the next laugh. Right. That wasn't even, I didn't write that to get people to laugh.
I was giving you context for the next joke. Exactly. It wasn't meant to be a punchline. All right, we have to move on because we are on a time constraint, which we always should be. We go over sometimes. We need to keep this to an hour. Okay, Miss Universe. Oh, well, the other thing I will say, not just falling off stage, but everyone stepping down is also kind of a power move because no one talks about Miss Universe anymore. I have no idea who the former Miss Universes are.
I didn't know they still happened.
I didn't either, and I don't know what they do when they're crowned Miss Universe, what their job is. But if you step down and get pressed for that, that's going to be way more valuable. It's like if I went on The Tonight Show, no one would know. Like, no one really pays attention to the comics on The Tonight Show. If I went on The Tonight Show and I punched Jimmy Fallon in the stomach, everyone would, or I fell down on my way out to the chair.
In the face.
Everyone would know. In the face. Yeah, why would I go stomach?
Right,
exactly. I was thinking, like, nice. I'm too nice. That's where he makes his money. But everyone would know my name in, like, a 10-minute 10 minutes after it got aired. So people are smart to just do this kind of subversive stuff now.
Yeah, but I do think that there was a reason behind it. The director. So I think it all started with the director calling out Miss Mexico before the pageant for not doing enough to promote Thailand on her social media.
Oh, and he called her stupid?
He might have.
It was something like that, and all the girls walked out, I think.
So he wouldn't, I don't know if he called her stupid, but he wouldn't let her object or speak on behalf of herself and defend herself. And he said, like, no, you sit down.
Yep.
And the other chicks were like, oh, like what? Like that, not cool.
Yeah.
And so then eventually they all just walked out. So that's where it started. And then she won. Miss Mexico won. So then there was talk of it being fixed and all of that. And that's
because of the controversy? Like they thought that it was fixed?
Possibly.
Okay. So, yeah, I saw something. There was like online judging. There was a whole lot of it. It was like the 2020 election. Mail-in ballots.
Just dumps at 2 a.m.
Yes, exactly. Just people showing up in all black, just throwing ballots.
Well, what's pathetic is that I do trust the votes for something on like American Idol more than I do the American presidential elections.
I know.
Legitimately.
I'm none of it. I mean, it all can be altered so easily, I think.
Yeah.
Talk about hacking.
I mean, I only
that we're talking about.
Trust the elections that, the side that I like wins, of course. Like, no, it's super legit. There was nothing.
That's how we all are. That's what's so funny. When you look back, remember the George Bush, like hanging Chads, whatever that was?
Yeah, well, the lockbox
so contested.
With, what's his name?
No.
The other Al
Gore?
Gore.
Oh, that was the same election.
I think so, yeah. It was Al Gore versus George Bush, and Florida had a lock, like the votes were miscounted or something in Florida. That's what was
right.
holding
And Jeb
up.
Bush was that when he was governor too? And they were like, "This is shady because he's governor."
I was 18, so don't ask me about real facts. I mean, I'm old now. Don't ask me real facts still.
The only reason I remember that is because we do these things on Fox where it's like, remember these years, and they did like remember this election, and I was like, oh my god, I vaguely do. And then they were talking about how heavily contested it was. Like, so we think that that's never happened before. It's happened a lot. Whoever loses always contests.
Yeah. And I got a peek of what a lunatic I could be because I was really passionate about it for some reason. And I think the reason was I had a government. So we took government our senior year of high school.
Okay.
And our government teacher was highly leaning in one direction.
Okay.
And I agreed with everything. Like, I loved what he said. We didn't talk politics at home. I had no clue about politics.
Oh, amazing. Okay.
And he really opened me up to politics. And everything he said made so much sense to me and was so
like logical.
Like logical, but also authentic. Or I don't know. It was just, I resonated with it. And then when George Bush was being held up, I was very, very upset. Thank God there wasn't Twitter. Who knows what I would have tweeted. But then the next election, I was in Australia when George Bush ran again.
Yep.
And what was wild was being in Australia, watching the U.S. elections from Australia. There were people protesting George Bush winning, which not like, but they were protesting George Bush on the streets of Australia. And
That's insane.
I don't know if this is really going to reach, it's not going to make a difference.
Bizarre. See, right. We think that's all just current things that are happening in politics, but that was happening then, that Australia was. By the way, going back to Portia and Ellen, Portia's Australian. They could move to Australia. That's the other part of it. Yeah, exactly. So the reason everyone's trying to come here is because this is just the best place to live.
It is literally the only free country.
It is.
And we think we're free. It could still be illusion, but it's the freest any humans have ever been, ever.
Totally. The other thing is, it's the best place to live. If you have money, you can do anything you want here. I don't think you can do that much in other countries. You can't, it's not that convenient to just hop in a plane or to, do all the things you can do here.
Yeah.
With hundreds of millions of dollars.
That's why I'm glad I'm poor. I just don't want to have that inconvenience of getting to do things. I'm very lazy.
I'm sorry, I'm sending a text that I forgot to send. I'm so unprofessional. All right, let's move on.
I got my water. I told you about your hair. We're kind of just
exactly. We're all over the place. Trump calls Walz the R word. This is everything that Trump does would normally have been a hot mic moment that people are like, oh my God, he said this. He just says it outright. And then they're like, why did you say that? And then he doubles down and is like, because he is the R word.
Right.
I honestly think there's something wrong with him. And then he puts it on his White House Twitter. He's so proud of everything he says. It's amazing.
Well, he what was I going to say? Oh, shit. Now I'm just fucking this whole episode up. We'll just can this one. That's why he won. It's why he won.
Yeah.
Because Waltz is the R word in many ways. But the thing is, Waltz called Elon during the
election
season a dipshit. Nobody gets up in arms over Tim Walz saying something.
But that's because the R word, that's what's just funny about words. They mean the exact same thing in culture, but one is supposedly, the R word is back, frankly.
Well,
but
the R word is back, but what I will say about the R word is that it's nice to be called a retard if you think about it, because everybody loves retarded people.
That is true.
They're the happiest, most joyous, most loving humans on the planet. Someone calls me a retard, I'm like, thank you. I didn't know I was that friendly.
Exactly. And pleasant to be around.
And
this
pleasant.
Is great.
Yeah, optimistic. So why are we looking at it so negatively?
It's a weird...
obviously that's a joke, but...
Yeah. But it is a weird thing we have in our heads just with certain words that are just triggering. It's you can't... And then we put the power into the word. It's there's no reason for that to be that.
And that's what's weird is that...
It was fine for years and years and years, and then all of a sudden it's
a man-made...
Yeah.
Man-made concept that this is now bad.
Yep.
And the other thing is, and everybody knows this, anyone who uses the term retard knows that they would never, ever, ever call someone who's retarded a retard.
That's exactly it.
And then going to Chappelle's joke about why he couldn't say the word FAGGOT on his show was because he's not FAGGOT, but he could say the word NI because, and so he says,
that's so
but I'm also
funny.
not a...
Yeah.
So by their standards, then that means that I have full permission to say retard because
you identify as a retard.
Am one.
That is the thing with the FAG word. I came up in Boston where that word was used
fag.
The word retard.
I'm sorry,
You're
I'll
a
just say
fag. Literally, and that's why Matt Damon actually tried to stand by it. He was like, "Oh, I use that word all the time." He's like, "But I didn't mean it.
Yeah.
In any way. I would never call gay people faggot. I just call idiots fag. I being a fag." And they were like, right. But it's context does matter. He's saying, I've never been any kind of homophobic person, but I used this word because it was just part of the lexicon growing up in Boston.
Yeah, you would never call a gay person an FAGGOT.
Yeah, that's a true bigot who does that. If you call your friend, who doesn't want to go out one night, that's so different, but...
Well,
but it's not, but it is. But the funny thing is that he tried to defend it, which was so funny because we were like, oh.
Yeah. I met this girl years ago who was funny, seemed funny, cool. And all of a sudden she's just, we went out to dinner. She dropped the N-word.
Oh.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
She's legitimately, I never, I would do that in a million years. So I just had to distance myself from her. And she's not on social media or anything. It wasn't anything like that. I just was like, she's insane.
Crazy though, because that is a word, and I've said this, and growing up in Boston, everyone's like, oh, you heard that word all the time. I never, ever, ever heard that word, except when people discussed the word. I never have heard anyone use it in earnest until I got to New York, actually. But
well, like it's like a New Yorker calling like the de Blasio, like, will you fucking F, like it's just saying like, it's just it's hard to justify.
Oh yeah.
But you can see why it's fine, but also like, I don't know if I'm built differently. If I was gay, I know for a fact I would be fine if someone was like, hey, she's fag. Yeah. Or something like that. I don't know if they were like being super mean, and I know women aren't really referred to as
the word queer was the bad one when we were kids, and now queer is
good.
Queer is the one.
That's the thing.
That's why it's all context. It's like if you don't have any problems with anyone who has these whatever like ways of living, the words shouldn't matter that much.
No, we give meaning to words. I've said this for years, and on my other podcast, if we're trying to make things equal, etc., we also have to take power away from words.
Yes. And that is why the N-word, the fact that black people use it all the time does bother me. And it's like, I'm not allowed to be bothered by it because I'm white, but I'm like, it's uncomfortable when anyone says it to me. And so I'm like, I don't love being around it in any way. But like, you can't say that someone can't, that black people can't say it. They can't say that white people can't say it. I definitely think white people shouldn't say it, but I also think black people should maybe use it a little more sparingly, at least. I don't know.
Right. I mean, it's like it's so flippant.
Yeah.
It's flippantly said that it's
and
confusing
I don't know how to
culturally.
Too. Like, am I allowed to smile and be
hey back to you?
The funniest thing is in Florida, I have an Airbnb down there, and my neighbor does my lawn, like he mows my lawn, and the nicest black guy. And one time it was like a lot more work than normally because there was like a lot of branches fell. It was windy, all this stuff. And he was like, and he's like, I just want to let you know. And he's like, I'm going to have to charge you a little extra because, all this stuff happened. I go, oh, that's totally fine. I trust you. And he goes, I know you do. You never Jew me down. And I was like, whoa, I've never heard that one in real life either. It was hilarious. I was like, oh, okay.
But when it's coming from one race to another race, like it
has a different.
There's almost, I find it endearing. I don't know if it's because I grew up around like Sicilians who it was just like,
yeah,
like they would say, I mean, I grew up around, they say Jew bastard, black bastard. I
thought you were going to say Jew bag.
They would say Jew bag too. Yeah, no, they'd say Jew bastard, black bastard, fat bastard. Everyone was a something bastard.
Yeah.
They're old school Sicilians. They're all dead.
The meaning behind it is not legit. It's not right.
They weren't
linear.
There was no
hate.
There was no hate.
Same with this guy. I'm like, I'm sure he's just had that term in his lexicon forever. I don't think he hates Jews.
No.
And he definitely doesn't know I'm Jewish.
No.
So I was like, that wasn't meant to be a bit, but I was just like, whoa, okay.
Well, with like my old school Sicilian family saying like Jew bastard, they'll then talk about how they're themselves Jewish.
Yes.
But they're actually, Italian Catholics.
Yeah.
So it's like, I see it as a way to connect.
It's
culturally.
Like, it's sometimes. A comfortable, like a comfortability, like way of speaking. And that's, lost now with so much meaning attributed to every single word that everything is like especially, you see on TV, like news anchors or sports anchors, they'll slip occasionally and a word will come out that sounds like an offensive word, and they play it like forwards, backwards, slowly. And it's like the meaning should matter. Like, has this person ever done anything racist before? It's clearly a slip of the tongue. Like, you can't.
And the kick out of it, so to speak, for lack of a better term, like the attention that it gets, it's like a sixth grader seeing boobies. Yeah. It's like we all get like, oh my God.
Yes.
They accidentally said, and we're all children.
Yep.
This is all that it comes down to.
It's all an attention economy that everyone needs to be like, me, I'm offended. They meant that against me. They meant that when most people are like, I wasn't even thinking of you. Right. I don't know you exist.
Right. And if a black person I don't care if I'm friends with them or not friends with them, went up to me and was like, hey, Cracker, how's it going? I'd be like, no, it's going.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say the N-word back, but like, I would love that.
Yeah.
Like,
everyone like white
in terms of endearment, in
Blondie,
a way. Yeah.
Whitey, Snowflake. I got all that. Like in my hey, what's up, Blondie?
Right.
Like, I don't think anyone meant it in any way that's negative, but they're pointing out, like, in my neighborhood, I'm a minority, so it gets pointed out.
But I do think it's a way to show affection.
I think so too.
It really is. Like my best friends in text. I mean, the words we call each other, and it's not like racial slurs and stuff, but I'll just open a text and something will be there from someone saying, it's Jimmy, generally. Yeah. Jimmy, sorry to call Jimmy out. He'll just call me whore. Like, it'll just be whore in my phone. Just whore. Not hi whore. And then it's usually more creative than whore, but that's like what's coming to my head right now.
Well, same. Half my friends, I'm like, hey, dummy, what's up, moron?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? Yeah,
and then I'm like, what's up, you fucking piece of shit?
Yes.
Like, that's what I write back to him. And it's because we love each other.
Totally. Or if someone will write something, whatever, and I'll be like, are you the dumbest person alive? Like, and it's a best friend of mine.
Right.
Right.
So anyway.
the meaner we are to you, the more we love you. Is what we're trying to say. If we call you a slur, it's the highest.
Seriously,
it's in the highest affection.
It really is.
Honestly,
I swear to God. Like if I don't like you,
within
I won't call you things.
Totally.
Like I don't call you anything, which is surprising. Like I should start calling you best.
Exactly.
But I should people that I have good, fun, casual, funny relationships with.
Yep.
There's generally some sort of name
something
calling.
offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of why it's funny when people's like private texts or conversations come out. It's like you need a lot of context for that kind of thing. Because most people within their own friend group, and not to actually be racist or offensive or misogynistic, will be like, hey, whore, get back to me. Like it's so. I do want to get to this. Speaking of whore, Olivia Newsy, RFK Jr. situation, because I've been listening to a lot about it, and she wrote a book about her affair with RFK Jr., which was digital, they keep saying, which is a really weird way to classify an
digital affair?
Digital affair, meaning that it was only online. Like, they never met. They had this, like, sending sexy pictures, phone sex kind of thing, which who knows if that's true or not. But she's had apparently also affairs with other ones of her, like subjects of her reporting.
Wow.
Mark Sanford was one of them.
That's a good way to get into dating. I mean, I wasn't, I'm just out there with the dating apps. I should start being a journalist.
Honest to God, it is a thing where these people fall in love with their subjects, because there's that guy who raised the cost of insulin.
Like by thousands of dollars.
And I can't remember his name offhand. But a reporter went to do a hit piece on him, like how horrible he is. And she like fell in love with him and left her husband.
That's what I got to do.
People love. So she's getting criticized because she's sexy. She's a very good writer. So she's actually not in her job because she's having these affairs. She earned her place. But at the same time, she is having these affairs. And people are like, oh, she's a whore. You can't sleep with your, subjects. And I want to know why Kamala Harris didn't get the same treatment, because she started her career by sleeping with Willie Brown. And if you brought that up, you were
a misogynist.
Yes,
yep.
Exactly. And that was the same. The age difference is the same. Kamala was 27. Willie Brown was 60. And he was married.
To add to it, Kamala actually physically engaged.
It wasn't
versus it being an online
affair. It was not an online thing. I think back at that time there really wasn't online. I mean, this was a long time ago. And, it makes sense also to set yourself apart. Kamala's a beautiful woman too. Like, these women are gorgeous. They know that these older men have these, Achilles heels where they're going to, stray, and they use it to their advantage. So, I mean, I don't know if it's the proper way to do stuff. You don't want to be teaching people to do that. But like, guys use whatever their golf game, they use their ways of getting close to people. If women are using their sexual appeal. And Olivia Newsy is just a reporter. So they're saying, well, it's going to be bad reporting she does because she's going to be swayed by her feelings. Kamala was going into public places to run, cities and eventually try to run the country by having her affair. And you weren't allowed to mention it.
Nope. Nope.
It's crazy. It's the same thing to me. That's how she started in politics.
Everyone's a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
We will like contort in a way to justify our sides.
Yeah.
Whatever antics and whatever they are. Like for me, I'll justify right now. RFK Jr. has been, I think, pretty well known for his philander ways.
So she knew coming into it, she could get his eyes.
Yeah. And there was a book that came out during the election about RFK and his doings with other women.
It Ask Not, I think, or something? There's one that...
She was... The author was on Megyn Kelly.
Maureen Callahan. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And how his wife committed suicide. His ex-wife
he drove her
committed suicide.
crazy.
So this is not me justifying and saying it's okay what RFK does. I know that people are very, very, very imperfect.
Yeah.
And I'm more concerned with their policies.
Yeah.
And what they're doing for the country than what they're doing in other ways. Obviously, it's like, do I respect RFK because of what I've heard about his sexual escapades and the way he let his ex-wife kind of just totally go mad
nuts.
and commit suicide.
The mother of his kids?
Yeah. I don't. But I would also prefer people to have a lot of shit out of their food.
Yeah.
So if he's going to be the one to do it, it's just like the King David story from the Bible, which King David was very, very, very imperfect. But he was a man after God's heart eventually, in a sense. But I mean, he was a bad dude in many ways. David is the one who killed Goliath. But King David ended up being the best king Israel had seen. But he was in love with a woman who was married, and he had her husband murdered.
Oof.
So he was a bad guy. Like, I mean, he did bad things.
But overall,
he went on to do incredible things. And
it's hard to find a flawless person.
Exactly. And so I don't, RFK, it's like, you might want to know that you're RFK Jr. and people will find out.
Yeah.
But
that's the crazy part to me.
Right.
Like that these very smart men are that stupid when it comes to women. And that is a theme over and over again. It's Bill Clinton. It's every powerful guy that you see.
It speaks to the power of the boner.
Yeah. The pussy. Either one. I mean, whatever you want to call it.
Right. You are thinking primarily from that. It's almost like
it's uncontrollable.
You black out.
Yeah.
Like the logical parts of your brain shut off, and the only impulse is sex for men. For women, I think we can use it more as a manipulative thing. It's not like we're like, oh my God, I need it so bad.
Yeah.
But like Jerry Seinfeld, in Seinfeld, there's a scene where Jerry is his brain versus his penis because he's dating a woman he doesn't like. She's annoying.
Yep.
But she's great at sex.
Yeah.
And he's like, fighting back and forth, trying to get the brain to win out.
Yeah.
But the brain, as we can tell, often does not win out, especially on this podcast.
Well, the more unattractive thing about RFK Jr. is the fact that he sliced a whale's head off and drove it in his car and dumped a dead bear in a park. Like, he has a lot of other things that are probably unattractive.
He's an odd guy.
You have to know when you marry a Kennedy that's coming along with it.
Right. That's their thing.
Yeah. And the thing is, I don't think that she tried to give it up. I think that she got discovered by her ex, who's now the guy trying to slander her more.
Olivia did.
Olivia did, yeah. She's engaged.
Not the one that released the story?
No, she was engaged to another journalist at the time, and he found out about it, and he released it and got her fired. Actually, I think it came from... I think someone else found out about it first. I think it's this girl, Kara Swisher, who's like a reporter that I hate, like a really annoying, super lefty reporter. She tried to get her fired or did get her fired, and then I think the ex came out with all of it. It's like the Monica Lewinsky thing. A lot of these women who fall in love with these men, they're not trying to throw them under a bus. They actually want to have a secret relationship. But someone finds out and, oof, yeah.
People are so untrustworthy, though, that I almost now am paranoid to the extent that I think, well, she cheated or she was sleeping or doing whatever exchanges with RFK. Her and her ex-fiance were going to split anyway.
Yeah.
They might as well get a lot of fame out of it somehow.
Honestly.
So you, ex-fiance you just happen to see these texts.
That's actually a good point.
Like
everything's gonna blow up.
Yeah.
Oh no!
And then I could sell a book, and like everyone is so slimy.
Attention economy. Yeah. And guess what? Being shameless sells.
It does.
People don't care about any like good things you do for the world. All of the sleazy stuff that's happening in the background, everyone wants a book about.
Yeah, like the hats should be "Make Shame Great Again."
Yeah,
because I think that would just implicitly make America great again.
That should be our merch.
Yes,
make shame great again. Yes, we definitely should.
Absolutely. You want to be free to an extent. You don't want to live in full shame and be tortured every second, but you're a better person with a little touch of shame. If you don't feel embarrassed about the fact that your Instagram is full of you and just selfies. Yeah. Like if it's only just selfies and you have no shame about it, I wished a little pain for you.
Yep. Yeah. You need a little bit of a reckoning.
And it's so bizarre with now it's so part of the culture that it's normal. But when Instagram first started becoming a place where people would post selfies, they weren't even called selfies at the time. They were saying self-portrait. I wrote an article for hellogiggles.com about it.
Oh, wow.
And I was referring to them as not selfies, but as self-portraits. That's how
crazy. I don't remember that ever being a thing.
Yes.
Then do you remember people were doing belfies where it was butt selfies? Where you pose like this and do a picture in the mirror?
I didn't. I've never heard of that. That's great. Okay, well, I will have a couple belfies on my Instagram soon.
But learn something new on this podcast.
When people started posting their self-portraits, their selfies on Instagram, it was like, this is like walking into someone's home and their mantle is just pictures of themselves.
I have one friend who has that. There's like
they're
pictures,
a murderer. They have also a dead body in their house somewhere.
Yep, like caricatures, paintings, pictures, like her all over the place. It's amazing. I'm like, woo, okay,
wild,
yeah,
weird, wild stuff. There was this is a pop culture-y kind of thing. So, what's his name? The actor with the great jaw, who's young, who dates
Zac Efron? Are we back on him?
No, God, sorry. His name is so
great jaw. Jay Leto,
quirky looking. His name's on he was in that gay movie where he was gay.
Oh God, I don't even know if I know. Would I know him?
Yes, you would know him. Everybody knows him. Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, gotcha. Does he have a great jaw? I didn't even know that.
Well, he has an interesting jaw. It pops out. I think it makes him look.
Yeah, he's very like chiseled.
Yeah. So he did a movie promo for a movie that's coming up, and it was satirical, I believe. I watched it, and they played it off like it was them releasing a Zoom meeting with him pitching the idea for how to market this movie. And so when he goes to the computer to show them, he's like, "Can I share my screen?" And he shares a screen, and the back of his screen is just a picture of himself. And it was satire, but everybody thinks it's real. So they're like, Timothy Chalamet has a picture of himself on his...
that's so funny.
But it was definitely a joke.
Such a narcissist. Yeah. Obviously, I love when people don't get the joke.
Yeah, and they're commenting.
Yes, as if I guess that's what good satire is. You want people to actually believe it.
But that's how close also we live in a world that is purely
right on the line. Exactly. Yeah. So close. All right, we have like 2 minutes left. Yeah. Should we try to do... Trump says he's going to halt immigration from the third world. The one thing that I thought was really funny, he also said they're going to like start weighing people. He said they're going to stop fat people from coming in. Yes.
Are you kidding?
No more fatties.
Okay, this is what I was going to say.
And I don't know if it was a joke or for real, and I think it was for real.
Yeah.
Because it does actually weigh, on our healthcare system and stuff. So yeah. It's funny, but it's actually kind of smart.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with Trump is that people will still get up in arms over the things he says, stuff like that. The R word, calling someone piggy.
Yes.
They still be
And he
shocked.
gets all the press from it, though. That's probably on purpose on it. It's like we're talking about the shame thing. Like, that's the stuff that's going to get reported on.
But why are people still surprised? They act like they've never met Trump before.
Exactly.
Like, have you known this man who's been
president
the
now?
Main source of all pain and pleasure for our country for 10 ears.
And have you realized it never hurts him? Every time you're like butthurt over any of this stuff, everyone just is like, move on.
Right. It's like he's got this bulletproof vest.
Yes.
And I mean that in
and he
terms
keeps going further.
Yeah, like they just kind of keep going at him, and he's this zombie in a way that will just keep coming toward you and get bigger somehow.
While calling you names.
And get stronger and stronger as you're like, but he said this and he did that and he said fat people can't. And it's just,
yeah,
the more power he gets, it's wild. It's like he was written out of a comic book in a way.
Yep. Honest to God.
Really.
And he even looks it. He's like so uniquely, whatever, tan, coiffed, everything. Like he looks fake.
They're very unique looking people.
Yes.
I watched a biography on his grandfather, Friedrich Drumpf, who came to the United States, and it was pretty cool. But I was watching it. Usually I listen to this stuff with my eyes closed so I can fall asleep, but I just wanted to see the pictures of Friedrich.
Was it Trump-like? Did he look like Trump?
A little bit. Because I'm like, where does that look come from?
Yeah.
It's a very unique
and the mannerisms,
look.
like the way he talks is so unique.
Yeah, yeah. But there was a little glimmer of Trump's look in his grandfather.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. Him saying the fat thing, I didn't hear about. I don't know why I didn't hear about it. But now I'm going to go to every post I can find about it and,
and find it.
And just like hit like.
Because he just drops it casually. That's the thing. Like, there's so many other things he says that gets reported on that's 20th on the list, where anyone else that would be number one.
Right.
But everyone's like, oh, that's like only a little crazy.
Okay, well, good. Right. They're now lowering their response outrage because they're getting like, okay, this is.
It actually is kind of reasonable. It's mean sounding, but it's not mean spirited. It's like, hey, you know what? If people are weighing on our healthcare system, why are we bringing in fatties?
Literally.
Bring them in. I mean, they're going to become fatties in the U.S. anyways, most likely. So why import them when they're already there?
Hey, you got to tough love. You got to tough love people sometimes.
Especially when you're leading a country. Like, you can't do kid gloves. Like, honestly, and that's the same with the third world thing. It's like, we're so concerned with helping other people who are struggling, and by bringing them in, if it's going to make your own people struggle, that has to be a concern too.
Yeah, it's that suicidal empathy.
Yes.
But the kid glove thing, that's been going on now for so long that's why we are where we are.
Yeah.
Which is at this cultural interpass of like, if we keep going softer and softer and softer, we will not have a country.
Yep.
So we have anything, it's been so soft that anything is remote. It's been so soft that anything that's remotely harsh feels really harsh.
Yeah.
When in 1960 or 1950, 1940, that would have been reasonable.
But even after that, when you watch some of Obama's speeches, like about immigration, he's like, if you come, you're going to learn English.
Yes.
You're going to wait in line. You're going to, now, can you imagine someone saying that? People would be like,
right.
That's so racist. And it's not.
And they also, they changed their tune so quickly. There's video, of course, of Hillary saying basically the same thing, of Biden saying the same thing, Chuck Schumer saying the same thing.
Chuck Schumer saying even worse. Chuck Schumer said the number one reason immigrants come here is to suck off our social welfare system.
Yes,
he probably didn't say suck off. But to leech off it, essentially.
Yeah. But that's what happens is this like shape-shifting.
Yeah.
We just go with the flow of whatever is going to get us where we need to go personally, ego-wise. Keep me in business, keep me in office, keep me popular, keep me, voted for, yada, 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 yada.
And like the idea of people wanting them to be known as nice. It just, Trump does not care.
Doesn't care.
And we kind of need it. You're right, because we've gotten the kid glove thing to the point where you need someone to just be like, you're a piggy at this point, because it's you have to go all the way in the other direction now. It's like the pendulum has to swing fully.
Right. Well, if you parented kids, which many people do, but if you parented kids the way this country has been run for so long, they would be drug addicts on the street.
That's what's happening.
And that's what's happening, literally. And so the tough dad has to come in and straighten things out a little bit. And then they'll, once powers change over, they'll
swing it back,
of course. But you have to have duality. Life is duality.
Yeah.
And so there's no way to not have someone eventually come in like Trump.
Yep.
To swing it, obviously, the completely opposite direction. But There's light, there's dark, there's good, there's bad. It's like not that I'm saying politics like has one or the other, but they do have dualities. Like it's going to lead to complete opposites eventually.
Yeah.
And those are going to have to be
balanced out. And that's the problem.
Out.
Like, if we could just find normal people to stay in the middle, we'd be all better off. But that's never going to happen. We go crazy right, crazy left.
In 2020, someone on Twitter said something about how, because I said, I'm moderate. And they just went off on me about how weak that is and spineless and blah, blah, blah. But we need people who are reasonable. We would be living.
They're like, you have to be a crazy person on the right or the left. Otherwise, you're just boring and not helping.
Also bad. You're spineless. But I'm like, but
everyone
I'm
should actually be moderate. And also, if you do identify with way far left or way far right and nothing in between, you're in a cult.
You're psycho.
You're psycho.
Right.
You're not thinking for yourself. Right. You're on a team and you just want to hit the other team.
I remember thinking once in the shower, I don't know why I remember this so well, but I remember thinking, I can't join a political party because I don't believe in every exact thing that they say.
Yeah.
But I got a little bit more passionate about certain subjects. But I still, like the old established Republicans, like the Dick Cheneys, who, obviously just died.
Which Rachel Maddow was sitting front and center.
Right, exactly.
Which is hilarious. It's like, all of this is fake.
It's such a... Okay.
It's all a show.
It's such a clown show.
Yes.
It would be a great movie to watch. If I was living in the future 100 years from now and they made a movie about this time, I would be like, this is fucking...
This is so funny.
This is awesome.
Yeah, this is hilarious.
Like, I'll watch that again.
Yeah. We are going to have to wrap it.
Yes.
I think we're already a little over. Sorry, Jorge.
That's what he had said. That's what he had said when you said wrap it. That's what he said.
That's what he said. Gotcha.
But I said, that's what he had said. Rather than that's what she said.
It's a very proper version of the old joke. All right. We'll be back in a week. Like us, follow us, all that stuff.
Yes.
Please. And we'll maybe not dress as twins next time. We'll see. Maybe we will.
We probably will. We should maybe text to not coordinate. Usually people text to coordinate.
We'll be like, please don't wear. I'll just wear black all the time from now on.
Okay.
That's probably my go-to.
Okay. All right.
And it will be the same outfit.
All right. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
You hoes.
Bye, hoes.
Because we like you guys, so we're calling you names.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.